So nervous. So nervous.
Does that little countdown happen on your guys' screen too?
I
No.
didn't notice.
It goes 3, 2, 1. It's all pretty. They just updated this. I'm still getting used to it. Sorry.
Can you start the show?
No. Hello and welcome to the ParkStop podcast, episode 31. Today we are talking about Super Nintendo World, which is officially open at Universal Studios Japan. Joining me, as always, is my co-host Ian.
Hey, kids.
And today we have a very special guest, Chris, the TDR Explorer, is here. Thank you for joining us, Chris.
Hi, thank you for having me. I'm sitting here waving like people can see me. They can't.
Okay, so we have you here because we need to know what it's actually like to be at Super Nintendo World, because we cannot. I mean, we actually physically cannot. They won't let us in, even if we wanted to visit the park right now. So you're going to have to explain to us what it's like to actually be there. And it did officially grand open just a few days ago, last Wednesday, right?
Yeah, it was March 18th, I believe. Yeah. After 2 delays now? It was 2 delays or something like that.
Yeah, at least.
Oh, man, where do we even start? I don't know.
Well,
there's
okay.
just so much.
I'll start by saying, when was the first time you actually got to go into the land? Because there's been previews going on for a few months now.
I got to go actually Christmas Eve.
Oh.
Wow.
So I was one of the lucky ones that won the annual pass lottery. So they're doing advanced previews, and I believe they started it on December 23rd was the first day, and then I won for the 24th. So I just spent Christmas in Osaka.
That's crazy awesome.
And then I actually got to go again in January 2 more times because we also won more lotteries. We just kept entering them and we kept winning. So I wasn't going to complain.
So you're literally one of the first people to be inside the land, one of the actual guests. You were the second day that people could get in.
I'm very grateful that I'm able to do that, because I know a lot of people can't right now. So I wanted to try and capture everything as much as I could and share it with everybody, but also enjoy it for myself as well, because that's important.
Yeah. Hey, we all appreciate all the videos and everything else you put out, because we're kind of living through you right now.
Right. TDR Explorer on YouTube, right? That's the channel. And I think, is it just called First Trip to Super Nintendo World or something like that? That first big video, it's such a good video, because it really captures essentially what all of us would be like when we first go. We'd just be dumbfounded, be yes, yeah, oh, look at this, and then also I love that you go and try foods in multiple videos, because that's exactly what I would do.
Yeah, when I did that video, because it was usually my videos are very structured and I know what I'm going to be doing. Obviously, I've never been there at that point, so I had no idea what to expect. I just said to myself, just record everything and I'm sure we'll get something watchable out of it. So I did my best, and it seemed to work. It was just, oh my goodness. It was, I don't think you could really see it in the video, but I was getting teary-eyed when I walked in, because it was just overwhelming. It was just so overwhelming. It's so hard to explain.
That's my first question is what we can't really get is what is it like to walk through the warp pipe, walk out of Peach's castle and see the land? Because we've seen the B-roll shots and photos and even concept art. The concept art for years we've seen, so we're not surprised when we see a photo of Mount Beanpole, across the way. But what is it like to actually be there and see it in person?
It's just your childhood has just come to life. It's right there, walking through that green pipe, and you hear that iconic sound of going into the pipe. You hear that, and then you come into Princess Peach's castle, and the music from Mario 64 is right there.
Yeah.
And I was just instantly transported back to sitting on the floor in my bedroom with my brothers playing Mario over the summer. I think it was this is 96, 97 or something like that.
Yeah.
And then walking through the front of Princess Peach's castle, and the first thing you hear is din 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 din, and just instantly you're oh my goodness, this is here, it's real. That's basically all I could muster. And yeah, if you watch the video, you can see that was a genuine reaction. I didn't play it up or anything. Like, that was just me not knowing what to say because I was just so overwhelmed and happy to be there.
Yeah, I think
So incredible.
online there's been a lot of like cynicism from people, thousands of miles away who can't just walk into the land, and they're like, it's no big deal, so what? And it's like, I don't know, it's kind of a big deal. This is the
Yeah, a little
like
bit.
the biggest like new theme park land that I'm most excited about, and they like really captured the spirit of what the games are and have been for 30 some odd years.
Yeah, I think they nailed it. They really did, with just the aesthetic. The music, of course, is probably the biggest thing for me. Just
Mhm.
hearing that music just makes it real, right? And then seeing Princess Peach for the first time was a strange experience.
Because she's like one of the first characters you would see, because she's on that level there at the entrance, right?
Yeah, and before I even went in, I didn't realize there was going to be character greetings because I tried my best to not read the details of
Mm.
what to expect. So when I saw Princess Peach, I was genuinely surprised at that because I wasn't expecting that. I thought, oh yeah, they'll probably be Mario and Luigi, like that makes sense. But then when I saw Princess Peach there, and I just thought, what? And then getting in line to meet her and then hearing her speak in English, which was very strange.
What?
And yeah, like she speaks in English, but it's just set phrases. Like you can't really
Yeah.
interact with her. It's just more like, oh, hi, how are you today? Let's take a
Mhm.
picture, like things like that.
So you went in cold. What was the thing standing in the middle of the land that really just like took your breath away? What shocked you to see the most in the middle, just while you're standing there, just as soon as you walked out?
How much bigger it felt than I thought it would be. I
Oh,
thought it
well,
was gonna feel
yeah,
I
that
thought it
was
was
my
gonna
next
be like
question too. Is it actually
cramped.
cramped? Is it cramped? Because that's what everyone thinks looking at like aerial photos. They think it's small.
Like, it is small, but I guess when I was there, it wasn't packed full of people, right? It was very
Right.
limited people. So that might change, I guess, if once it gets really busy there. But for me, like it doesn't feel gigantic, but it didn't feel as cramped as I thought it would be,
Hmm.
which was nice.
I mean,
Um,
it's you go to something like Diagon Alley in Universal Studios Florida, and that's actually a small space. But because things are tall and they're in the background and there's lots to do, it feels big, but it's really tiny. And I think like this being a double decker land, like you start up at the top, but you can go down to the bottom. And I think like it's got to separate the people a little bit. It's not everyone's all like, in one spot.
yeah, and when I was there, most people just kind of beelined it for Mario Kart, and that
Yeah.
queue is massive.
Yeah.
That's a massive queue. Like, I was not expecting it to be that long when I was there. It
I
was
remember
ridiculous.
we talked about, because we've been talking about this for years now. I think over 3 years I've been talking about Super Nintendo World, and one of the earliest questions was, "Is it going to have virtual line?" And I was like, "Imagine the longest queue you've ever seen. I doubt it's going to have virtual line. They seem to be prepared for a very real line." So yeah, but it's social distance right now. So there's lots of empty switchbacks in that queue. So it's, imagine it filled with people.
Yeah, who knows when we're going to see that again too.
But it's
Although,
got the
yeah,
space for hours of waiting.
oh yeah, they're definitely prepared for that. And same with the Yoshi ride. The queue is pretty long for it.
Really?
But the times that I've written it, there was next to no one in the line anyway, so I couldn't really tell how fast things would actually move. But
Hmm.
since it's just a omni-mover ride, like it just continuously moves. So
Yeah.
yeah, it just felt like everything was just moving pretty quickly.
So speaking of the rides, I wanted to jump into the Mario Kart Koopa's challenge, and because
Hmm.
that's what I'm going to have the most questions about. um,
Mm-hmm.
anyone following along on the video version, I'm not going to show any unauthorized footage or POV footage. There's just like 2 little tiny clips that Universal Studios Japan released that's official. Other than that, it's going to be mostly queue footage and load area. So don't worry about too many spoilers. But number 1, is the single rider line open?
I don't think so.
Okay.
It wasn't when I was there.
Just checking.
Yeah.
I saw it mentioned on your website. You have this guide. I don't think we mentioned it yet. There's this guide you put up that has like everything. So when we are able to travel as a tourist going to Universal Studios Japan, like check out this guide because it has tips. And I saw one of the tips is the single rider line for Mario Kart. And I was like,
yeah, when it's open.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, but, like, where do we even start with Mario Kart? There's just
the
so
queue.
much.
We'll start with the queue. We'll start with start with the Bowser facade, the actual castle facade at nighttime. Like that's impressive,
gorgeous.
Right?
Yeah, it's so good. it's very menacing. I think so good. And then as soon as you walk in, the music starts, like the queue music and everything. You're just like, oh, this is Mario Kart. This is happening.
I've actually not watched too much of the videos because I don't want to spoil it too much. It's like I'm probably not going to be. I really want to go to the Hollywood version when that opens. I'm thinking like maybe I'll make a little trip to Universal Hollywood because I don't want to wait 4 more years to ride Mario Kart. So I've tried not to watch too much. I'm like halfway watching the POVs even. When I put them on YouTube, I'm like, I'm side eyeing it out of the corner of my eye because I don't want to like spoil too much of it. But I have the sound down when I looked at the queue video, so I actually don't know what music is playing in there. In my mind, like parts of it, especially the beginning, I'm imagining like the end of the castle levels on Super Mario Brothers 1, and it's just like do 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 do. Like in my head, it's the old school music to be like menacing.
It's Mario Kart stuff, so I don't really remember it being any of like the classical like Mario like castle kind of stuff. It's hard to remember because I was just so overwhelmed with everything. I was just like, look at this, look at that, look at this. Oh my goodness, that's from that Mario Kart. This is from this Mario Kart. Oh my goodness, look at that cup. Look at this. Look at it. They're just all over the place.
I'm obsessed with Easter eggs too, so like I'm gonna be trying to spend more time in the queue to look at everything, and I'm gonna like I saw someone posted a photo of like the backpack ghost sucker up thing from the Luigi's Mansion games is hiding in the queue somewhere.
What?
Yeah, I saw that picture, but I have no idea where that is. I never saw it.
Exactly. Like there's so much to find that like, yeah. Okay, wait. How many times have you done the Mario Kart ride at this point?
4 times.
4 times.
Just four.
Just a casual 4.
That's 4 more than us.
Yep, that's a lot more than us.
I'm just going to jump right to it. Do you like this ride?
It's fun. I'll put it that way. I know people are very disappointed in it. Well, as disappointed as you can be from watching POVs, like I don't think that's a really good indication of an attraction. It's not what I was expecting. I thought it was going to be faster, and I think that's going to be the most common complaint about it, which fine, I can forgive that. They've never done anything like this before, so I'm impressed with what they were able to accomplish with this, because I can imagine this is not easy.
Right.
But for me, the whole feel of Mario Kart, they captured that very well. Without giving too much away, you could probably imagine when it starts exactly like the video games. And like when you hear that countdown music, I got chills. I'm like, oh, this is actually happening. Like, this is Mario Kart, you guys. We're doing it. And I just think it was very impressive what they did with the AR goggles and just how that all worked, mixed with all the physical props and the animatronics. Because, a lot of people talk about Universal as just screens, right? I think they did a really good mix of practical versus the stuff on the AR. I think it may lead to them being able to update things as well and maybe add special overlays and things like that.
One of the executives recently actually just talked about it, and we've talked about it before. The ride was done in such a way, they even have a patent where they can update the software, update the hardware, and they can do it on a car by car basis, so they don't even have to shut down the ride. Or they can even just do it overnight, and like all of a sudden the game is better, or they've introduced new things, or like you said, a holiday overlay, which, because in the app we know there's stamps that could be for holidays, there's a very good chance that we could see like a Halloween version of Mario Kart, like the way that they do Mission Breakout at Disneyland or something. So it's crazy to think that not only is the AR like the newest thing in a theme park ride, but it could get better every year as the technology improves.
I agree 100% with that. Like, the way I describe it to people is it's a video game it's a dark ride video game is what it is. If you go into that thinking like that, I don't think you'll be as disappointed, because it's not like Test Track. I think people were expecting something like that.
Yeah, or a roller coaster, because all
Yeah.
these articles,
Yeah.
like the last 9 months or so, I've been saying like, when Super Nintendo World opens, it'll have a Mario Kart roller coaster. And okay,
Yeah.
part of this is on me. I'm going to take some partial credit here, because I put out a video. I put out a video that
Yeah,
says
you
this
did.
ride system looks like Mario Kart. And I specifically said at the end of the video, it's not Mario Kart, but it looks like they've tried to make it look like Mario Kart to sell it to theme parks. And everyone just kind of went with the headline and be like, look, it's Mario Kart, it's a roller coaster, and it's going to do this and it's going to do that. And but if you watch my Mario Kart video, I specifically say at the end, it's a classic style dark ride with a technological twist. Like, that's how I described it when I actually talked about Mario Kart, and not a ride system that's not Mario Kart. But people
Clickbait.
hear what they want it was, and that's my fault. I shouldn't do clickbait, because that's what
Oops.
happens, is that people take the bait and then not read the actual fine print, and then you end up with 90% of the people are disappointed because they thought it was a roller coaster.
It's all your fault.
I wouldn't want it to be fast though, because like it would be over too fast. You wouldn't be able to see the sets. Even rides that are fast, like Test Track or Radiator Springs Racers, it's just like one section, and usually it's outside because there's not enough room in a building to even do a long part like that. So you either have to super theme the world around you outside, like Cars Land, or you just have a loop around a building like Test Track. So it would be a completely different type of ride.
Yeah. And also, I think too, because guests are wearing physical equipment for something to just all of a sudden speed up really quick, you're going to have issues with things flying off your head. Like at one point, my visor actually fell off my head. Now, granted, that was more my fault because I was kind of fiddling with it, because I was just trying to adjust things as we were moving. And that was more on me. But I can imagine if there's kids, like kids are going to be fiddling with it and stuff. So if, all of a sudden you start moving really quickly, we're going to have issues, right?
Yeah.
I think for what it is, and it's the first of its kind, isn't it? Like,
yeah, I believe
style
so.
of ride.
Yeah.
Like, Nintendo's a video game company, and I think they did a good job with the video game aspect of it. And it really does feel like Mario Kart. Like, this is what we wanted in terms of being in a Mario Kart game. And like, this is the closest we're going to get for now. I don't know. I was smiling like ear to ear the whole time. Now, would I put this like in my top 3 rides in the world? Probably not, but I still really enjoyed it, and I think that's part of it. Like, just enjoying yourself and not taking it too seriously. It's Mario Kart.
Yeah, of course.
It's chaotic. It's the whole time. There's just so much going on, especially with the goggles and stuff. Like, it's as chaotic as the game.
I was going to say the game is
flying.
very chaotic, and that's a big staple. Is like, what's going on? Like, next thing you know, you hit an item block and you hear the sound like, and then you're throwing things, and it's like, you get past, you're spinning. There's minor spoilers in the audio here, but like the cloud blowing on you and the car spins, and you see AR like wind effects come out of its mouth, but it's a physical cloud with a projection. There's too much going on. I can't even comprehend, because like, if I can't make sense of it on a video, there's no way you can make sense of it on the first ride through, because there's so much happening at once.
Yeah. on my first video that I did like a really quick review of the ride, like my first impressions, I guess. And I was like so disoriented. I'm like, I don't even know what really happened. People kind of chewed me out for that. They're like, oh, he doesn't like it. Da, 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 da. I'm like, this is my first ride through. Like, give me a break. Hasn't even been 5 minutes since I got off it. I need to like process what just happened.
Right. That was after a Forbidden Journey. That was me. I was like, what just happened? Most people getting off Rise of the Resistance now, they're coming out going, I don't even know. I couldn't pay attention to what happened after the middle when we went up. What happened? Like, you lose track of reality halfway through these things the first time you do it.
Yeah. And then talking about a video game, it links up with your power-up band.
Yes.
Which I think brilliant. Is so genius.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Actually, I wanted to ask you about that. On this ride, at load, you have to tap it to the M on your steering wheel, right? To sync it up.
Yeah.
How do you do that on Yoshi?
You don't. Because on the Yoshi ride, on your lap bar, there's 3 different eggs, 3 colored eggs. I think it's like red, green, and blue. And whenever one of them lights up, you just tap it. And as long as your power-up band is on your wrist, I think it just reads it.
Oh, because you're close enough. Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Because you're interacting with your hands that way. But the Mario Kart ride, for some reason, holding the steering wheel isn't good enough, and you have to actually tap it to synchronize.
First time I rode Mario Kart, they didn't explain to us that's what we were supposed to do. So my first ride through, I didn't actually get anything because I didn't sync it up. The second time I went on it, they told us to do that. And this was in January when I went the second time when they told us. So I think they're just changing how they're operating. And now I think they give out cards now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And the cards have 2 sides, and one of them is put the headset on and then tap your power-up band. So like they got that covered now. It's so it's definitely a learning curve because, this is a whole different breed of ride, and you have a lot of information to give first-time riders. Speaking of something, I made a video that's like how the Mario Kart ride works, but I wanted to mostly try to inform people of how you play the game of Mario Kart ride, because people see a steering wheel and they're like, oh, so you can decide where to go. Well, no, it's on a track, but then what's the steering wheel for? And technically there are times when the AR and it shows you an arrow, like go to the right or go to the left, and you're supposed to turn the steering wheel. And I think if everyone in the car turns the steering wheel, you earn more coins somehow.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Yeah.
Does that affect the ride's drifting? Like when it turns, it kind of drifts into the turn a little sometimes, and you can see that in the new official footage.
You know what? I couldn't tell. I was trying to figure that out the 3-4 times I rode it, and I couldn't tell. Again, there's just like so much going on. I'm like, I don't know, there's shells flying and we're trying to turn and there's coins and there's stuff flying at me. I'm like, I don't know, just turn the steering wheel, everyone. Like, let's just hope for the best.
Right.
So I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to try and pay attention more next time.
What does it feel like? What is it when because on a POV you can't tell what it feels like, and does it feel more wild on those turns, like the way that it moves than it looks? Because in this new footage I'm looking at, I'm going, oh, the tail end is actually kind of swinging as it's turning to exaggerate the turn. So does it feel like a wild ride that way?
Yeah, it does.
That's awesome.
Like you're not spinning around like super fast or anything like that, but you can tell it's like, okay, we're kind of drifting right now. Okay, we just got hit by something. We're spinning.
Okay.
So yeah, there's a lot of that.
Because even it's subtle, but even things like Skull Island Reign of Kong uses crab steering and I notice when it turns, it kind of like exaggeratively turns the whole back end of the thing into the turn, and but it's super slow or whatever. And I'm always like thinking like no one else is noticing this but me. I'm the only one noticing we're turning while turning. But on Mario Kart, like you can't tell from a video, but I imagined it feels more cool than it looks.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's fun. Would I want to wait 3-4 hours for it? Probably not. I'd probably get an express pass at that point or use the single rider line, but it's definitely like, obviously you need to ride it. If you're going to Super Nintendo World, you have to ride it. Like that's no question about that.
The way I look at it, it kind of makes me think of how I feel about Diagon Alley, where that's one of my favorite themed lands in any theme park. But Gringotts, not even top 5 for rides, but the
Yeah.
land and Gringotts and the train and the food and everything combined together, and the shopping and the wand place, like you mix it all up, and it's like even having the dragon breathe fire on top of the building, and it's like, you know what, that's one of my favorite places to be. And I think that's how Super Nintendo World's going to be for me, where I'm going to spend a ton of time in the cafe and a ton of time just absorbing the land, and while I'm there I get to play Mario Kart. That's pretty cool. So,
oh yeah, and adding on that they have stamps or achievements for Mario Kart, so
yes.
it's like, okay, well, the gamer in me wants to get these, so I'm gonna have to ride this thing because I need to do this. And damn it, Nintendo, you guys you know what you're doing.
There's a stamp for hitting every single one of Team Bowser and winning the race, and and there's a stamp for getting the most coins for anyone in your car and the other car. So like you have to be the best out of everyone. Like those have got to be some hard stamps to collect.
Yeah, especially if you're with people that you don't know or whatever.
Right.
It's pretty random, right?
That's the Men
Oh,
in
boy.
Black alien attack problem I have, where like I'm pulling up everyone else's like score, and they're trying to pull me down with their, I'm just a tourist on vacation. It's like, this is serious, people. You need to be shooting.
I was thinking Millennium Falcon. That's what I was thinking.
Oh, that's even worse because it's happening in real time. It's like,
Yeah.
stop crashing. You're making me nauseous.
I'm actually, I just pulled up the Universal Studios Japan app, which is in English, by the way, if people don't know. Thankfully, it's in English. I'm looking at the stamps that I have for Mario Kart. The easiest one is this golden cup that says "Take a ride on Mario Kart," so that's easy.
Yeah, you get that
And
on your
there's a whole
first one,
bunch.
as long as you tap.
Yeah. Then there's one called Land 10 consecutive hits on enemies. I got that. Land 20 consecutive hits on enemies. I got that. And there's one for 3 hits. And then this one's funny. This stamp is called Place in the Race, and it's described as finished in ... Not exactly first place in your race in Mario Kart.
That's
I didn't
cute.
do too good.
Here's
I
your
didn't do
ribbon.
too good. And there's a whole bunch.
That's awesome.
If you do download the Universal Studios Japan app, and you just go to the Super Nintendo World on the side menu, the hamburger menu, and it's not in English, go change your home language settings on your phone, because sometimes Androids don't come with the home language set, and you might have to change it, and that'll change the language automatically in the app.
Oh, okay. I have an iPhone, so everything
Right,
just
me too. So I never
works.
had that issue,
New
but
phone.
I've seen people
Yeah.
have that issue. You just have to change the home language setting, or your native language setting, I should say.
I am curious about the visors and how easily the things attach once you get in the car and how well they stay on. You said stuff fell off before, so I was curious about that whole connection thing, because we know how tourists can be.
Yeah, so the one time it kind of fell off, that was my fault. I was fiddling with it because I don't know. I was just playing with it just to see like how well it'll stay on. Just kind of seeing what would happen. But they give you, it's in 2 pieces. So before the pre-show, so once you get through the long queue, there's a pre-show. They give you the Mario visor, and they explain on how to put it on. Like there's adjustments on the side, like kind of where your temples are, and there's also an adjustment on the back. So then you can kind of like angle it so it kind of fits nice and snug on your head. So that wasn't too hard. One friend I was with, he kind of has a big head, and
That's me.
he had a little trouble with it. So I'm not sure how that's going to work out. But then once you get to the ride, the AR goggles are attached to the Mario Kart, and to put it on, it just slides onto your helmet or your visor, and it's pretty straightforward. Like it's pretty easy. It's all with magnets. I think it must be magnets because there's no clicking involved. It just kind of slides on, stays there.
Okay. Yeah.
The only thing to be mindful of is you want to have the visor angled in a way that when the goggles go on, it kind of covers your peripherals and everything. Because if it's up too high, of course it's not gonna work very well. So that was kind of like the first time I rode it. I really didn't know what I was doing, so I don't think I had it on proper as I should have. So the next few times I rode it, I kind of angled it down more, and I was able to see things a little bit better.
So I have two questions. Do you wear glasses?
Yes.
How is it with glasses? And two, how does everything line up on the actual ride when you have it correctly in front of you?
So for glasses, the AR goggles are so far in front of your face, it doesn't touch your face at all.
So
So I
better
guess
than
from
3D glasses because they don't actually,
much better.
they're not right up against your head.
So I guess from like a sanitary point of view, that's also good because
Oh yeah,
that like it doesn't touch your face at all. It's attached to the visor, and it's designed in such a way that it's not sitting on your face or anything. It's in front of your face. Is the best way to describe it. And then how things line up, you just have to look around. Like once you sit down, if you look down at your steering wheel, you actually see your HUD.
That's so cool.
On
like your
steering
score.
Wheel. Yeah, you see your number of coins and the item that you have.
That's really cool.
And it's on your steering wheel. So it's just wherever you're looking, there's going to be something there, which is really cool.
So wait, now you just reminded me. If you turn your head while you're riding, can you see the characters drive up beside you? And because all the POV stuff we ever see, it's always the phone recording just looking forward. But if you turn your head, you would see more stuff, right? You just have to look at it.
Yeah,
that's
like
crazy.
Wherever you're looking, there's stuff happening, and that's how you aim your turtle shells as well.
Where you're shooting is where you're looking.
Yeah, wherever you're looking, that's where it shoots. So if you're looking up, it's going to shoot upwards because sometimes there's characters flying through the air. Sometimes they're right beside you. Yeah.
I wonder how many people first time like, oh, okay, I just shoot where I look. Like, I wonder how many people just keep their head forward and look with their eyes because it's so natural to look with your eyes and not like turn your head like it's a gun. Like, like I wonder how many people are not shooting like at characters because they're just darting their eyes around instead of moving their whole head.
Yeah, I had to kind of remind myself, like, oh, you're supposed to actually physically move your head where you want it to go. Like, don't just use your eyes. Like they give you right at the beginning before it starts, they give you like a kind of a practice thing, and they tell you, like, they explain, like, make sure you look and turn your head.
Okay, good.
Basically is what it says. Yeah.
Nice.
I guess speaking of like worrying about fitting, there's a test seat at the entrance to the ride that you can try to make sure that you fit in it. I'm about 6 feet. I had no problems fitting in it, like height wise. In terms of like size, I'm not sure. I'm, I guess, like an average size person. So I had no issues, but I don't know how it's going to work. If you have, maybe big thighs or something like that, I'm not sure, but definitely trying out the test seat first before you get into that long queue is a good idea.
Is there a comparison? Is there a comparison for this the restraint? Like, is there another ride that has a similar shaped or the way that it comes down in front of you type of restraint?
Probably like, I guess like Gringotts is probably because it's a lap bar that just comes down on you. Yeah, I had no issues on it.
What about Yoshi's Adventure?
Yoshi's Adventure. My only issue was my bag. It's a little cramped for me. And I'm usually carrying a bigger bag because I have like my cameras and stuff with me, so I'm probably not the typical person riding it. But it was a little tight. It was a little tight, I'll be honest. Just with my bag. I think if I didn't have my bag, I would have been fine. I don't know if they have a test seat for that.
I think they do, or they should.
They
it was in that.
I never noticed one.
It should be just to the left of the entrance, but I could be misremembering. That's going to be the same problem they have Secret Life of Pets. I think it's the same restraint system and very limited amount of space in there for bags and stuff. So it's interesting. It's a cute ride, and it's for smaller kids, but then it also has small room inside.
Yeah. I got to bring my friend. He's like 6'4" and 300 pounds to see what he fits on. We play a little game. He's big enough that when he visits India, he is an attraction when he walks through the streets. It's pretty funny. I want to play that game with him. What do you fit on?
What do you fit on? That's a good question. Have we talked enough about Mario Kart? I feel like we could talk about it for hours.
Yeah, I think we could.
Those were those were most of my questions were, and we touched on Yoshi's Adventure a little bit. It looks really cute. I mean, I'm sure it's great that they have something for families like that. How do you feel about overall the Yoshi's Adventure ride?
I was grinning ear to ear, mainly because of the music. It's all from the different Yoshi games. So when you're in there, when you're in the queue, you hear the Yoshi music where they're going wah, 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 like things like that, and it's
Oh.
so cute, and it's all that like colored in crayon aesthetic from the games, the Yoshi games, like all of that, so cute. Especially with the punching blocks are the green Yoshi egg, like the spotted Yoshi egg blocks.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
so they have a different sound, of course, when you punch them and stuff.
So
And
there are
so,
interactive things in this queue that you can touch, that you can punch.
yeah, there's
That's
different the different blocks, and there's a couple like hidden things where you just tap your band on it and things will light up. And then, of course, on the Yoshi ride itself, there's a lot of little Easter eggs, like you see like Baby Mario, Baby Peach, and they make that annoying crying sound that gives me PTSD from my childhood. And then Captain Toad is on there as well. And
Oh,
there's
that's
a lot
cool.
of elements from the newer Mario games, like the
mm-hmm.
Super Mario World 3D. There's a lot of stuff like that, which makes sense. Um,
Yeah, the whole
Actually,
land kind of pulls from that too, so it blends into it because it's
yeah.
part of the land.
So I was really confused where some of the stuff came from. Obviously, I knew where a lot of it came from, but then like stuff like Mount Beanpole and the slot machine and some of the elements in the land, I really didn't know where it came from, like what game exactly. And I was really confused. I'm like, did they just make this up? Or is this from something? And then I finally played the new Mario game, well, the re-release from the Wii
Right, right.
U. And then everything made sense. I'm like, oh, it's all from this. That's very smart.
Do they sell a full yellow cat suit that you can wear? Is the question.
Oh, I wish. But they had the little plushes with them.
Oh
Oh,
man.
that's
Oh,
awesome.
Something like
that's
that, yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I want a
I was just
Yoshi.
really surprised with the elements they pulled from the newer Mario games, which, like I said, makes sense. I guess, for smaller children, they're obviously going to be playing these newer ones, and it
Mm-hmm.
just makes sense for them to know what these elements are. I guess I kind of showed my age a little bit where I didn't know where something what something was right off the bat.
But it's like, okay, yeah, I'm not so familiar with characters like Kamek. Like, I'm not even sure how to say his name, but like from the newer Yoshi's, like Crafted World and stuff. Like, I'm not too familiar with that stuff, or Poochie for that matter. But they're on there. But then again, I know Pokey. I'm like, oh, look, it's Pokey all the way from Super Mario Brothers 2. Like that. How cool is that? So, and like Conkdor from like Middler games, like it's got literally something from every game. Even if they appear in later games, they also appeared in older games. So I'm like, oh, I know that one, even if I don't know the newer
Mm-hmm.
ones. So I love how they've kind of given something for everyone. Even doing the Mario 64 music when you enter the castle, like that covers a lot of people right there.
So good.
Yeah, the old music is awesome too.
You think they're building a Donkey Kong ride or?
Yeah,
I'm pretty
please.
sure. There's that door that is very suspicious. It's very
What
sus.
door? There's nothing to see here.
No,
There's
there's a
no big
door.
round Donkey Kong-esque door in the back of the land with a lot of land behind it. No, nothing there.
From like aerial photos, I think they were from December, and I haven't seen any recently. They actually started on some of the footings for that totally non-existent coaster. I think like they started on it, I think when they were doing foundational work, and then they just kind of stopped. And I'm like, start work back up, please start work back up.
Yeah, like Universal is not messing around with this stuff, and I'm very happy about it. Like we all win in the end with this
Yeah.
stuff. I'm really looking forward to whatever the Donkey Kong thing is, which I'm pretty sure we know what it is. Uh,
Whatever do you mean? Like it's cool too because they've really covered all their bases as far as like everything's kind of family attractions. They just have like slightly different demographics that they're aiming for, and they kind of match the games. Like the Yoshi games tend to attract younger players, and Mario Kart's for the whole family, and Donkey Kong is a little bit older age range. So to have the rides be these are for mostly for little kids, the Mario Kart's for everyone, that's why it's not scary and fast, and the Donkey Kong's gonna be just slightly more thrilling. That's kind of perfect, and it really rounds out the land that way.
I think so too. probably the biggest criticism I keep seeing online is why wasn't this IP in there? And then they list off like 6 different things. Like, where's
Yeah.
Metroid? Where's Zelda? Where's
Come on, where's
Pokemon? Where's
F-Zero?
Animal Crossing?
Where's
Yeah,
F-Zero?
where's all this?
I hear Pokemon the most, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't ever see them doing something like that. I don't
This
know.
is Mario. Like
Yeah.
this is the first thing, you know. This is what the NES came with. Like this, can't just not start with the main thing.
Exactly. And I think more people know Mario than probably anything.
Yeah. Pokemon might make the
Like
money,
they're just
but
instantly
No doubt.
recognizable.
you want to hug. I was going to say Mario, but you want to hug Toad. Let's be real here. Toad is the
Oh my
star
goodness,
of this
Toad.
land, right?
I squealed when I saw him.
Awesome.
uh
That's
that,
great.
that was another one I wasn't expecting. I did not expect Toad. And he was just there chilling, bouncing around. I'm like, that's Toad. It's Toad.
He does this jump on one leg and like kicks the other one up. Like it's so perfect. Like, and then he does the little dance. I could watch him dance like all day in a GIF form over and over and over again. I think you
So
mentioned
good.
he moves around. Like he doesn't have a set spot, like the other characters do.
Yeah, he was he's on the first floor and he's like either in front of the Mario Brothers, like off to the side in front of the one-up merchandise. There's a wall there, or
Mm-hmm.
he's kind of in front of Yoshi's adventure. So I'm not sure why he moves around. I don't know. And apparently there's a stamp, I think, for him, but I don't know how you get that. I don't know how that
Oh,
works.
are there stamps for the other ones?
Yeah, there's a stamp for meeting the other characters, which I do have because when you get your picture taken, the team member actually like scans your band.
Oh, okay.
Whoa, that's pretty cool.
But not Toad?
No one did when I was doing it. So I don't know.
Just another excuse to meet him next time.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna meet him every time. Every time I go, I'm gonna meet him.
What
Yeah,
was
that's the way to do it.
Did you only buy one power-up band?
I have the Toad one, and I bought someone else. I bought someone else the Yoshi one. And the friend I was with, I think, bought Luigi, and another friend bought Mario. And I think I was told that the ones that keep selling out are Daisy and Princess Peach.
Really?
Those keep selling out, yeah.
Huh.
They underestimated the need for the female characters, I think.
Sounds like it, yeah.
It's nice that they have a Daisy one, but there's not much Daisy in the land or anywhere, so it's just the power-up band, really.
Yeah, so I don't know how they decided on that.
They needed more female characters, and they're like, okay,
yeah.
I want the Yoshi. Although I totally understand the Toad purchase. It's especially with Toad being the best thing in this land. Here's my question: have you earned the stamp for hitting every block yet?
No, I have not.
What are you even doing?
I have the app open up. I have 63 of the 170 stamps.
Okay. Okay.
That's a lot of stamps.
And there's a lot more to go.
Yeah, I got one for visit Super Nintendo World between December 1st and February 29th. So I got
that's
they're
very
really
specific.
That's very specific.
Yeah, and there's another one called Summer Sun, and it says visit Super Nintendo World between June 1st and August 31st. Then there's another one that says Halloween treat. Visit Super Nintendo World during October. I got one for visiting during December.
Is it Mario with a Santa beard in December?
Yes, it is. It's exactly that.
It really is.
That's amazing. That's the way it should be.
I didn't get the Happy New Year one for some reason. I don't know how because I was there between January 1st and January 15th, so I'm not sure
That's
why
weird.
that one didn't register.
Oh, no. I have to go next year now.
I know,
For completionists, this is going to be
horrible.
crazy.
Sorry.
You have to literally go every month to get these.
Nintendo knows what they're doing. Let's be honest.
Have you found all of the hidden 8-bit things?
No, I have most of them.
I think that's neat for us old schoolers who used to play NES. I think that's a neat little feature that there's literally hidden Easter eggs that are the old 8-bit character styles.
Yeah, I love that. And they're hidden everywhere. And the one that surprised me the most was there's one in one of the shops.
Really?
And the only reason why I found it was because I was in the corner and I heard somebody say something, and then I hear like this 8-bit sound, and I'm looking around like, what's going on? And I look over, and there's like there's an M on the wall, and they tapped their band, and the 8-bit character showed up. I'm like,
Wow.
oh, that's so cool.
Whoa.
Well, and
Never would have found that.
There's the gift game at the entrance to the cafe, right? Where you like you can win a prize, a random like between whatever two prizes. Like it's totally new. It's not just like the wands in Harry Potter at the windows. There's stuff inside the buildings for these things. They I think there needs to be a player's guide. Like whenever the new game comes out, there's like a Nintendo Power player's guide type thing. And it needs to tell you like here's the location of everything. I'm surprised there's not website guides yet out like that.
We're working on something like that. We're trying to, but we kind of want to do it all firsthand before we write that stuff. So we kind of, because there's a lot, especially with all the different blocks to hit and the different like little mini games with like the Bowser Jr. challenge.
Right. I was going to ask what?
Like, I don't know. I call that an attraction, I guess.
Yeah. It is definitely an attraction.
Why not?
It's an attraction you have to earn. It's an attraction you have to pay for something and then earn the right to do it. And then once you do it, you have to start over. You have to go and re-earn that right. It's, what is it? 3 key challenges accomplished, and then you can get to do it. Are there more than 3? Are there like...
there's 5. There's 5 mini games that give you keys. Yeah.
Which one is your favorite out of... Yeah.
I've only done, I think 4? No, 3. I think I only did the 3 that are outside. Then there's 2. No, I did 4. 2 of them are inside like the underground area.
Mm-hmm.
And then 3 of them are outside. So I did the 3 outside. The one where there's the Goomba on the rotating platform. You have to like spin it really quick to make him fall over. The other one is the timed shell one where you hit the POW. Yeah. And then it kind of like a chain reaction, and then it hits the shell to go up the pipe to get the key. Then there's a piranha plant one, which I really didn't understand. There's a piranha plant, and there's all these like alarms going off, and you have to hit all the alarms.
Yeah, I think that one like requires multiple people, right?
Yeah, there's like 5 other people in there, and you just go around hitting it, and that's it. I didn't really get that one.
If it lights up, you hit it, and that's it.
Pretty much, that's all I was doing.
Okay.
And then the inside there's this big bomb, and you have to defuse it, and you have to collect these. It's again you and other people. There's all these like touch screens everywhere. You have to collect these items, like tap the item, and then this piece will show up on the main panel under the bomb, and then it's like a puzzle. You have to kind of like move the puzzle pieces around on the screen.
So if you don't do it in time, it explodes and you have to start over.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm. It's not forgiving. Like if you don't get it, you don't get it. And like, okay, back of the line.
Well, yeah, I think that people have been saying for years that if you're going to gamify theme parks, you need to actually gamify theme parks. Don't make it like mission space and you press a button or don't press a button and it still works. Like, you know, now that we have like Smuggler's Run where, okay, it's on rails, but technically you can lose or at least not get all the, coaxium. This, you can flat out lose. Like Bowser can win Mario Kart, or you can, I'm sorry, you didn't win this key. You move on next.
Pretty much. And from what I can tell from the stamps, these games go up in difficulty. Some of them.
Really?
Which I'm not sure how that works. I haven't done them enough to really know, but I think the spinning one with the Goomba, I think that was one of the ones that ups the difficulty, which I guess would make sense because you're doing it by yourself. So you can do that. I'm guessing it's probably you just have to spin it more. Because like the first time I did it, it was actually quite easy. Like kids could do it.
Right.
Like it wasn't hard at all. So my guess is you probably have to spin it just more to actually win it. So I think it just automatically goes to the next difficulty, I think. I don't know. I'll have to try.
That's actually really cool because like you want to go do the Bowser Jr. thing again. Well, you have to work for it this time.
Yeah.
How do you like the Bowser?
The Bowser challenge. It was really cute. I didn't know what to expect. Like when I first did, I'm like, I have no idea what this is. I just know I need to do it. and you're in this big room and you're all standing in front of a screen and you're all on this your own platform, and then your silhouette is on the screen and it's very accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have a square backpack and I had it on and you could see it, like you could tell that was me on
Mm-hmm.
the screen. It wasn't just like some generic silhouette. No, like that
It's
was
like a
actually me.
shadow, but it's on a screen. And it's
Yeah.
your shadow, your shape, and then if you get hit, you get smaller, right? Like it makes you so
Yeah.
you see yourself get smaller.
And you have to collect like mushrooms
Yeah.
and you get the fire flower so you can like, and you have to punch in the air and then you'll punch like fire will fly out of your fists on the screen. If you jump really high and everything. It was just a lot of chaotic fun is what it was.
What's crazy about this is that the last time we had a full podcast episode about Super Nintendo World was January 2020. So over a year
Oh,
ago.
wow.
Oh,
And we talked about the interactive experiences. I think they had just announced the power-up bands like a month before or something. And we talked about the patents for all these different experiences. And we talked about Bowser Jr. boss battle and how they were going to use this technology that would show a visual representation of you on a screen. And then we showed images of the patent, and it looks exactly like this. It shows a silhouette of a person. It shows you getting smaller or getting bigger. It shows you jumping high. And I'm like, it was all there. It was all there in the patent, all the way over a year ago. And like to see it fleshed out and how like incredibly like detailed and cool it looks.
insane.
Yeah. Is it fun though? Like, is it something you'd want to do again, even and have to go through the trouble of earning the keys?
I want to try it again this time without like, because I was kind of recording when I was on it and stuff and kind of paying attention to everything so I can talk about it. And I think this time I want to do it again just to enjoy myself. And the queue for it is really cute. There's a lot of Easter eggs. Like there's stuff in there from Super Mario World on the Super Nintendo and just like little things like that just in the queue, which I think is really cute.
Yeah, because it's like a little experience. Like you said, it's like an attraction.
The whole like that side, I guess it's the left side of the land. A lot of it, like that's where most of the interactive stuff is, like the mini games, and then of course the whole underground portion too, which is really cool. Hearing that underground Mario theme from the original, love it.
Yeah,
so good.
That's the best.
It's like that's required. So the fact that they actually followed through with it, and then like you get smaller and everything looks big and the simple optical illusion effects, but like they put effort into doing something different. It's not just a play area; it's something for all ages.
Yeah, I just want to walk through it. You know, it's just so fun and just one of those things that you can just go and enjoy. And I don't know. I guess that's part of it, right? Just enjoying yourself.
Yeah.
Probably my favorite block is the music block rock, they call it, where it's all the music blocks and you have to hit them in a certain order to play a different Mario tune. And I think there's 6 or 7 different tunes. And of course, those are all tied to stamps. So you have to do it multiple times. It's just fun.
So like it lights up and you hit one and then it lights up, you hit another one. But when it's done, it plays them all in succession again. So you get to hear the song, right?
Yeah.
So you're playing it. If you could beat it fast, or if you had 5 other people with you, you could hear it in real time if you hit it as soon as it turned, as soon as it lit up. But I like that it plays afterward. I saw your little video clip of it and you danced to the music and you looked genuinely like excited. You're like, yes, yes.
Oh, I was just
yeah, you look super happy,
grinning ear to ear when I did that.
Okay, so since we're coming up on an hour, I wanted to jump into something that I'm probably going to care the most about, even when it comes to the
food.
States, and it's completely different. Yes, it's food, but even though it'll be a completely different menu by the time it comes here, I do want to ask you about Kinopio. Is that how we say? It's Toad's Cafe, really. That's what they call Toad, right?
Yeah, Kinopio is his name in Japanese,
which is even cuter somehow.
I think it's a play on words. I get in English too, toad, like toadstool, right?
Right,
mushroom. In Japanese, the word for mushroom is kinoko, so that's how we kind of get Kinopio, and I think they put the pio because it's kind of cute sounding.
Right.
So Pinocchio. So I think that's how they got the name.
It sounds cute, and the not even just okay. Before we can get to the food, it's such a cute little like dining room with the like windows into the kitchen and the chef like greeting you when you come in and stuff. Like that kind of stuff is that kills me, honestly. Like it's too cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Toad's there cooking mushrooms for you, which I don't know how to feel about that, but
Don't question it.
Yeah, it's best not to.
Okay, so you've tried a lot of this stuff. What no, wait. No, my first question is how much is the cake? How much money is that cake and how big is it? Because I was reading it and I was like, what?
It's about $26.
Okay.
And it's a little small.
Does it feed 7 people? Like, that's just what I want to know.
Does it feed 7 Americans?
It says 3 to 4 people on it. It's definitely a lot for one person. Probably a lot for 2. Maybe for, Westerners, maybe 3 people could eat that pretty good. I don't know. I shared it with friends that I was with. I did not eat the whole thing myself.
It is really cute. It comes with like the little card. Is that eatable too? Is that edible?
Yeah, it's a cookie.
Okay. So it's
a
like
cute little cookie. Yeah.
No, I was because I'm doing the conversion in my head, and I'm like, I can almost get a power-up band for the price of this cake. It must be a really good cake.
Yeah, it's just it's a strawberry shortcake, which is it's kind of a staple in Japan in terms of like desserts. There's always a strawberry shortcake somewhere,
right?
So it makes sense.
Okay. So my question is, what's your favorite thing, like food wise here, to get, like if you wanted a meal and you're not, just trying more things, like what is something you'll actually get again?
Definitely the pizza bowl. It's like a pizza inside the mushroom,
right?
And the top of it is bread. So you like pop it off, and inside is the pizza. People were telling me I was supposed to like flip it over, which I don't think you're supposed to, because so typically in Japan, if there's a special way to eat your food, they tell you, they explain it to you in great detail, and no one said anything to me. So
I just assumed you rip apart the top part and just dip it into it or something.
That's what I did. Yeah.
Okay. That makes more sense. I don't want to make a mess with this. It's like a soup, right?
Yeah, it's not thick. Yeah, it's kind of, it's a little like, it's not soup, but it's not
right
thick, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah,
because there is a portobello mushroom pizza that is like legitimately, it's a portobello mushroom with pizza stuff on it. That's another dish.
Okay.
Interesting.
So I don't know. But everything has mushrooms. Like, well, I should say everything. Obviously, the desserts don't, but a lot of the dishes have mushrooms in it, which is an interesting choice, which I do not think would work in the US.
No, we're going to have fake mushrooms here. Everything's going to be shaped like mushrooms. Nothing's going to be made of mushrooms. They might be a mushroom pizza, but they'll sell cheese pizza too. Like, there's no way. Because we talked about this too, like 3 years ago, and we're like, what are they going to sell in Toad's Cafe? And I'm like, mushroom pizza. What else are they going to sell? Of course, it's going to be mushroom pizza, but then they're going to sell normal pizza too. But I'm actually surprised at how much they've got all in on mushrooms here.
Yeah. And the thing with Japan too, that a lot of people aren't familiar with, they don't customize food. So unlike in other places where you can ask, oh, can you take out the mushrooms or whatever? They don't do that in Japan. It's whatever is on it, that's what you get. And they're not going to change it. That's just how it is.
I want to try the Yoshi's Spinach Carbonara. That sounds good.
It was cute. It tastes, I said this in my video too, it tastes exactly how you would expect it to. It's carbonara. Like, it's nothing earth-shattering in terms of flavor. I mean, it's good, but it's not going to blow your socks off or anything. But it is really cute. They like aesthetically. A lot of the food, they did a really good job with it. And for theme park food, sometimes theme park food is really hit or miss.
Yeah.
And I feel they did a really good job with this, with the food. Is it the best in the world? Definitely not. But it's better than some of the stuff that they have in Universal here.
Okay. And it's all like really photographable, like the goalpost cake that with the layers, that looks adorable.
Oh yeah, that and the tiramisu question block.
Mm-hmm.
dessert. The thing that I didn't realize, because I ordered it again when I went the second time, and they explained to me, they said, every time you order this, the little chocolate, which is an item, is different each time. So I
Really?
think there's
Cool.
I think there's
That's
3 that
cool.
you can get. There's like the
So it
fire
really
flower.
is a question block.
Yeah. So it's a
That's
random
cool.
item. So the first time I got it, I think I got the fire flower, and the next time I think was the mushroom.
That's
So they
awesome.
also they have a fair amount of vegetarian stuff there. It sounds like then too, huh? And
I
stuff
think there was like 2 items,
that's
but
not
I
bad.
couldn't confirm if they were vegetarian or not, just
Yeah.
because again, in Japan, they kind of like to sneak in
Yeah.
things. So unless they don't say specifically if it's vegetarian, it's hard to say.
Yep.
But there's a salad there, like a fruit salad, which I would imagine is vegetarian.
Hopefully.
With the piranha plant caprese, there's is it like a tomato cut in half and that's supposed to be the piranha plant?
Yep.
Is what's the dots made out of? Are they just thinly sliced mozzarella stuck on top?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Okay, thank you. I couldn't
That's
sleep it
awesome.
all night last night. I'm like, what are the dots? And I think I figured
That's
it
awesome.
out. But that seems like a lot of work to put together this little caprese plate. But it was worth it because it's super photographable.
Oh yeah. And the Mario burgers, I had both the Mario burgers. There's the Mario bacon cheeseburger and the Luigi chicken curry burger.
Mm-hmm.
I preferred the Mario burger over the Luigi one. Sorry, Luigi. The burger was actually quite good. I'm usually really leery of burgers in a theme park.
Mm-hmm.
But I was pleasantly surprised with this one. It has like I think a Thousand Island dressing on it.
Ooh,
Which
it's got a
helps.
secret sauce. Look at that.
Yeah.
It's and it has a little Mario hat on top, right? Like a little tiny plastic hat.
Special sauce.
Shut up, you.
And I kept it too.
Well, it's plastic. You're supposed to keep it.
Yeah.
Okay. We talked about food a lot, but I did want to ask about Yoshi's Snack Island because that has some of the cutest like drinks and there's themed cups, which like this is like when it comes to napkins and cups and things in a theme park, I'm always so excited. Like go to Simpsons and it's like it has themed napkins in the Simpsons land. How cool is that? Like the Yoshi cups are so cute and they have like different fruit. Like is it smoothies?
They're I'm not sure how to say it properly. Lassi, like the milk based drinks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what they are. And there's a melon flavored one.
Yes.
Melon is I think honeydew is what we call it in the West. In Japan they call it melon, but it's like honeydew. And then mango is the other one.
Yeah, these are like my favorite flavors, and they're tropical, so it fits with the Yoshi's Island theme.
Mm-hmm. And then we have the turtle shell calzone, which is really good.
Well, when you call it calzone, I get the wrong idea. I'm like, oh, so it's filled with mozzarella cheese and sauce and whatever. But this is filled with noodles, right?
Yeah, there's it's called yakisoba noodles and it has cheese in it as well. So it's like a traditional like a traditional Japanese like junk food. They can't I guess that's how they chose to translate it into a calzone. I wouldn't call it a calzone,
but it does have cheese, so I'll give them that. That's calzonier than I thought it was.
Yeah, it's just so cute. I just love that they did that.
Yeah, they really went for it. Oh, speaking of cute, the last food thing is the popcorn buckets. Where is the popcorn stand? Is that on the upstairs?
Yeah, upstairs, right in front of Mario Kart.
Okay. And they have 2 buckets right now and 2 popcorn flavors.
Yeah, so there's the Superstar popcorn bucket, which lights up, by the way.
Whoa.
And it has 2 modes on it too. One where it just lights up like solid, and the other one where it blinks like the star should, which I think is really cool. And then they have a Mario Kart one, which is Mario in his kart from Mario Kart 8.
Mm-hmm.
And it has wheels on it. It rolls around, and it also lights up too.
So it's a toy. It's a full-on toy that has like.
It's a full-on toy.
Where's the popcorn?
I'm gonna need it.
Is it in the trunk?
It goes in the trunk. Yeah.
So perfect.
That's awesome. I'm gonna need both of those.
And for the flavors, there's the caramel peach, which I had. I wasn't sure about it at first when I heard about it. I'm like, I don't know how this will taste, but it was actually quite good. The other one is cream of mushroom popcorn, which I haven't had yet. I didn't get a chance, but I'm gonna have it next time.
You need to
Cream
tell
of
us,
mushroom
or
pop. Yeah.
it's so
Yeah,
weird.
I'm gonna need an update on that.
There's no way that comes to the States. There's just no way.
I want it to. I need to taste that.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
weird and random.
The umami flavor, I get it. It could be good. It could be the best popcorn I've ever had. I don't know. But I love mushrooms, and I'm a little leery of the idea of mushroom flavored popcorn.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to try it next time for sure.
Okay, so the only other thing that we really didn't talk about is merchandise, and not that I want to get it too deep into it, but they have everything ever for sale.
Pretty much. They had a lot more than I thought they would. They really went all out, and you can get matching outfits with your friends, so you can all dress up. Someone can be Mario, someone can be Luigi, someone can be Peach, someone can be Toad. Then they have some of the enemies like Bowser. So they have like the t-shirt, the bag, the matching gloves, glasses, headpiece.
Lots of headbands and hats. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like that's a big thing, especially for theme parks here. That's like the thing that sells. And then of course they have like keychains and things like that, and like little fun items. And there's just a huge range of them. Like there's the grand opening merchandise, which some of it says 2020 on it, by the way.
Oh wow.
Which is really funny. Which I guess there's not much they could have done about that.
Yeah.
Like they would have made this stuff a long time ago. Probably one of my favorite things is I got the little question block, and it just sits on my desk, which it's not on my desk right now. I don't know where it is, but it makes
that's cool though.
The sound when you hit it, when you touch it, which is really cute. I love awesome. It. There's a lot of like snacks. Because
oh no, that's dangerous. That's dangerous. Yeah, you have to bring stuff back when you go. That's right.
Yeah, so it's called omiyage in Japanese, which translates to souvenir, but it usually means food that you bring from your trip. So it's usually in like a nice tin or something, and it's all like shareable, so you can bring it back for your classmates or your family or coworkers or whatever. So there'll be cookies, there'll be chocolates, there'll be popcorn, there'll be just all these different things, and they have so much of it. It's ridiculous.
I saw a photo of a giant golden mushroom. I don't know. Was that a limited edition thing, or is there food in that? Is it expensive? It looks expensive. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I didn't see that. No, I think they released some new stuff.
Yeah, I think that might have been a new
grand opening.
Oh, okay. That might have been new in the last few days then. Yeah, there was at least three new things that I saw someone tweet out, and I was like, what's inside the mushroom? I must know.
I saw this $400 plush set. On Twitter. What? Someone posted that it just came out, and it looks like a big birthday cake with all the different characters on it. And it's like Super Nintendo World grand opening or something. Oh my god! I think it's like $400 awesome. Or something.
That's worth every penny right there.
Yeah. Wow.
And I know you mentioned also outside of the land in one of the stores they have 8-bit merchandise that's not in the land.
Yeah, they did this weird thing. So really quickly, inside the land, they have exclusive merchandise. And also there is Mario Kart merchandise, which is only in the Mario Kart shop. So there's actually two shops.
I actually love it when they do that, when like there's a reason to go to both shops. But yeah, Mario Motors that's the exit for the ride, right? Mario Motors?
Yeah, which is very smart, you know.
Yeah.
And there's exclusive Mario Kart merchandise, which is only there. Then the big shop has pretty much everything except the Mario Kart merchandise. And then there's shops outside of the land near the front of the park, and they have even more Super Nintendo World merchandise, more like the generic stuff. And they also have like you said, the 8-bit merchandise, which is only in those shops.
Right.
Outside which is really confusing.
Land. Right.
Yeah, outside the land. And then there's the Mario Cafe.
Right. That was my next question. Is that still open? Like now that the land is open,
it's still open.
And they have the weird dessert taco things and the
what?
The drinks in there.
Yeah, so there's a Mario Cafe it's been open since I think October or something like that.
The waffles,
September,
is that
October.
what they call it? No, pancakes, sorry.
Pancake sandwich.
Pancake sandwich.
And that has its own line of merchandise that's only there. So there's a lot. They did not hold back with this.
Which fine, I will bring thousands of dollars. I will spend 400 on a plush, and I will buy the little Yoshi headband where it's like he's laying down on your head or something. Like I want that.
Oh yeah,
I have to get
so
that.
cute.
I have to try
Yoshi.
all the Yoshi foods, including the carbonara. Like I need all of this stuff.
Yeah, I'm supposed to go back probably in the next few weeks here, so I'm excited.
Lucky.
Yeah. And then they just announced that they're not going to allow international travel for the Olympics this summer. So I guess we can assume that they're not going to allow international travel for Super Nintendo World, which is just as important, if not more.
More.
So yeah, it's still going to be a local, locals only situation for a little while, and I don't blame them. This is, we're still in the middle of a pandemic, but Universal Hollywood's going to get the land probably next year, hopefully, because they're going to be reopening soon. And they're more than halfway done with like the major construction, so it's good to see. It's good to see that we'll get it too, and it'll be really interesting to see what's different, at least in the way of merchandise and food.
Yeah, because definitely the way things work here obviously may not work in the US, especially the mushrooms and like just some of the cute accessories are very Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
People here appreciate it, but people in the West probably look at it and think, what is this? Like, what would I use this for, kind of thing.
Yeah, kind of hoping they still stick with the green shell calzone, but it's just actually like pepperoni and cheese inside. Like I want them to like keep the ideas of things, but like change it for our tastes here. Because
yakisoba's good though.
It is, but I don't know if like the younger children are going to want that when they can have a pizza.
This land is for me, thank you. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, so any closing thoughts on Super Nintendo World?
They did such a good job with this. Of course, there was a couple misses with it, but nothing's perfect, and I'm okay with that. It's a childhood dream come true. Like, it really is. If you grew up with Nintendo, like, this is an absolute must. And especially if you're a theme park fan, like, even better, right? And I don't know, it just fills me with so much joy going to Super Nintendo World, and I really hope that everyone gets to experience it at some point. I wish things weren't the way they were right now, but that can't be helped. So hopefully sooner than later everyone can come and experience it. And yeah, I want to go right now. I just want to go.
Oh, yeah.
Me too. I'll meet you there.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. Us too. Trust me. And the ultimate guide is up on tdrexplorer.com.
Yeah, we have it on our website there.
And TDR Explorer on YouTube has tons of fun videos if you want to see, especially just exploring the land and trying out. We didn't even talk about the like AR binocular viewers and things like that are sprinkled around. There's so much to do and see that there's no way one trip. I mean, you could spend all day there. Am I wrong in saying you can spend all day in this land?
Easily. I guess that's one thing we didn't talk about. When I did the AP thing, we were only there for a certain amount of time. We were allotted 3 hours, but right. I think we kind of I stretched it out to 4. Like, I was there to the bitter end where they were like, okay, please leave. I'm like, but just
get out.
Like, one more photo. Like, okay, you gotta go. I'm like, I was one of those people. I'll admit that. So yeah, in the 4 hours roughly that I was there, didn't get to do everything.
That's crazy. Because like
and it wasn't busy.
Right? Yeah, that's with it being limited capacity. Imagine like if you have a day pass to a theme park and you're gonna like you could easily spend half a day of your whole day in one land. I think they've accomplished something pretty amazing.
Yeah, like I think typically I would tell people like Universal Studios Japan, you can do everything in one day if you wanted to, because usually Universal Studios is like the side trip for a lot of people. Like, they come for Disney and then they do like a lot of the cultural things in Japan, and then like, okay, we'll do one day at Universal. With Super Nintendo World, you have to do 2. There's no way you're going to do it in one day.
Wow.
Without missing a lot of stuff, because there's a lot to do outside of it too.
Right. Well, that's great for Universal. This is definitely going to be really good for them, and for Hollywood, Orlando, Singapore also. This is a great business opportunity for them that Disney's probably wishing they had.
I think so, yeah.
All right, Chris, thank you so much for joining us. Where else can people find you besides the website and YouTube?
So yeah, on our website, tdrexplore.com, YouTube. We're also on Instagram, Pinterest, all those places, all TDR Explore. And we also have a podcast as well, the TDR Now podcast, where we talk about obviously Disney, and we also talk about Universal and things like that, and just general travel to Japan and other parts of Asia. So when travel is viable again, make sure you come and listen to us, because we give you the information you need to plan a wonderful trip from theme park fans that live here in Japan.
Yes, and I really appreciate all your coverage, because living vicariously through you, and I'm sure a lot of people are right now.
Yes.
Hopefully, when our City Walk store opens up, we'll be able to buy our own Mario hats here soon, so I don't have to go onto the eBay. Yes, I need it. I need my small taste before I see the land. Thank you again so much for joining us, Chris.
Yeah, thanks, Chris.
Thank you for having me.
Bye, everyone.
All right. I just want to go more now.